was in 2012 that CPC started an initiative, and it was really based on Matthew 25, where Jesus answers the question, to when you've done this to the least of my brethren, you've done it to me. And so CPC said it wanted to do an international development project. It just so happened to be that we identified Ethiopia as a country of great need, and we really felt the Sintaro village were most interested, and they expressed that they had felt abandoned by the government. They're a very remote village.
The difference of the living standard between the community here in Sintaro and Awasa is quite different. The people living here all of them are farmers. Because of the economy, the government couldn't really satisfy the infrastructure need of this community, especially in health and education, roads, and there was no clean water here.
Sintaro wants to escape from the poverty, but the country is suffering because of man-made and natural disasters. Due to that, the community is starved for long times.
It was in 2013 that we sent our first trip, and that was an assessment trip. There was no local school, and the schools are so far away. Basically, the kids just didn't go to school. In terms of health, there was no clean water. They're drinking from the river water. That means a lot of disease. And what we've coalesced around, basically based around how Jesus grew up. And it says that Jesus grew in stature, meaning physical health, and wisdom, education, and in favor with God, spiritual, and people, community. So all of our priorities for Sintaro was always built around those four kind of pillars based around how Jesus grew up. We first started around the building of the school and the digging of the well. We didn't know whether we would hit water, and if we hit water, would we hit really good drinking water, and would there be enough water? And so the community came together. There was a big prayer meeting, and what was remarkable, I mean, not only did we hit water, in fact, the hydrologist said, you hit the mother lode of the water. He said, you will never run out of water, and it is really good tasting water. That really kind of started the big changes in Sintaro, because as soon as you can affect people's health, that makes a big difference. Well, how we got to the current campus that Sintaro School is, we were first given a smaller plot of land in order to build K1 through the 4th grade. And because of that success and what kind of changes the government people and the villagers saw in their kids, they released a second plot of land, and that gave us the space to be able to build grades 5 through 8.
As part of this Sintaro Village Area Development Project, the children are receiving education. They also, with that, get uniforms, they get medical checks. They now also have clean water available to them because of the well that's right here at the school. They also are receiving meals every morning. They come into school and they get breakfast, and they also get lunch, and that's something that nourishes them. They also get devotionals in the morning when they come and meet at the flag.
We have about 500 children. If this organization was not established here, these 500 children may not have an opportunity of education, and more than 25 employees are benefiting from these projects.
We believe that education is a means of escaping from poverty, because we are holistic, we are Christian-based, and we are addressing the poor for the community. And because of the support we get from CPC, we can reach many unreached peoples.
one typical example from those who have taken the national exam, all of them passed the national exam. There is no government school or public school where all the students in a single class pass the national exam. No, that's what makes the school different.
The Sintaro is built around sponsorships, and that means that somebody from CPC or our community is spending money, investing that money into the development of that child. Part of sponsorship is the sponsor communicating with the child and the child communicating back to the sponsor. And so we try to do that twice a year, where a child will send a letter, and then the sponsor will in turn send a letter back, and then we'll come here, read the sponsor letter with the children through a translator, and then pray with the child. But the child actually starts to develop a relationship with the sponsor, even though the sponsor hasn't been here. That kind of sponsor bond between the child and the sponsor, it's pretty impactful.
If this project did not implement in Sintaro, many children maybe died because of poverty. There's 500 children survived.
I am really thankful for God, who has given, I can say, messengers from California to this small village.
Thank you, the CPC church and the members. Your support is saving the lives of many lives.
So because of your financial support and other in-kind support, we can reach here. We are now celebrating our partner with CPC is 10 years.
Well, at CPC, we believe that being for others is changing the world, and that matters both locally and globally. So when we serve across the street, around the bay, and all over the world, and that's incredibly significant. Surely this could not have happened without our church. Every student in his school is sponsored by someone in our community, in our church in Danville, and you care deeply about what's happening here.
If I have the opportunity to talk to a sponsor, it is impossible to really express to them the difference that they're making in a child's life. These children go from very malnourished and very poor health, no access to education, to now singing, dancing, and healthy and loving God more. I mean, the difference is so amazing. From the bottom of all of the Sintaro villagers, from the community here, they would say Galantamo, which means thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what they would say. And that's my words to you, Galantamo.